All right, so I've made it to the first portage. It says on the sign 135 meters. I remember this portage. It's basically just up and over the hill, pretty easy, and then back to the river for a while longer, and then another portage into T Lake. So yeah, I'm gonna get everything out of the canoe, hump it over the hill, and I'll meet you over there. Sunk. So as I've been paddling in, I was thinking that the water level seemed a lot lower. Now, I've only been in this way once before, and it was a few years ago. I can't remember really what time of year it was. I think it was in July. But when I got down to this side of the portage, I can see that all of the white on the rocks is how far the water's dropped recently. But not only that, but up ahead here, I know a rock. So the last time I was here, when I was paddling out, I got lodged up on a very pointy rock that I remember very vividly, because I still have a little mark in the center of my canoe. And I remember the rock looked like Mount Everest, that it was completely pointed and in the center of my boat. And I remember trying to get off of it and somehow getting one foot on the outside of the boat while staying on the inside and pushing myself off, and that was the only way I could do it. Now here's the rock, and yeah, at the time it was probably like 2 inches underwater, and now it's almost a foot. So nice to see you again, Everest. So yeah, anyway, water level is definitely down. You know, all this, I don't know what it is, grass, anyway, it just seems a lot thicker and closer to the surface as well. So yeah, I'm surprised. It's the end of June and water level's down. Now, we have had definitely a drier year. There was a fire ban in Algonquin up until a week ago. I don't know why they lifted it. It's still dry. We've had a little bit of rain, so I guess that's why, but I'm glad they did. But at the same time, I don't know, it's their call, I guess. So anyway, paddle on, here we go. So yeah, shallow, low water. I've talked about how I like this paddle shape before, and this is perfect example. So right now in a lot of spots I'm only getting as deep as the blade of the paddle, and you know, some of the longer blades like even a beaver tail, but otter tail, you know, they're so narrow you'd only get just a small amount of blade. Well, that amount of blade but much narrower, so you're just going to be digging into the bottom and just destroying the bed. So yeah, once again, happy with my paddle. So I must be approaching the next portage soon. I'm just going to say the bugs, because it's, well, it's canoeing season, so it is bug season. They go hand in hand, but being early in the season, haven't had any black flies, but the deer flies are out and the mosquitoes are out, and I do have some bites already. Probably 5 minutes into Algonquin Park, and I had the first deer fly land on my wrist and bite me, and I got a couple in the back of the head and another one on my arm. So the longer portages I don't think are going to be much fun, but right now the portage, it wasn't that bad. I've had buggier portages, so yeah, I guess we'll see. In a few days I've got a long one that's 3 kilometers long. Actually, I hear running water, but yeah, that 3 kilometer portage, that should be fun. Yeah, this must be it. Okay, so yeah, the portage marker says 255 meters. I'm happy with that. For some reason I thought it was 455, which still isn't that long of a portage, but yeah, 255, no worries. And it looks like it's well maintained, well groomed. I've got a set of stairs, and yeah, good. So I'm gonna have a quick look around, show you it, and then I'm gonna move everything to the other side, and we will then be on North T Lake. Okay, so here we go, portage time. Private property, no camping. I'm not going to take the steps because actually they don't look too bad. I've been on some in the past and you end up having a 4-foot step down, so it's definitely better for erosion, but anyhow, I'll take these ones. All right, so North T Lake, and I'm gonna find a campsite, hopefully on the south side of the lake. Last time I was here, I camped. Actually, I didn't camp. Maybe I did camp on. I don't think I camped on T Lake at all, but I traveled up and I did the northwest loop. So I entered T Lake and then went up, and I think the first lake was Lorne or something like that. Actually, I have the map. But I grabbed the map out because I need to find a campsite, and I'd rather not travel too far today. Just get to, yeah, there we go. Get to where I can set up camp and have something to eat. But looks like there's quite a few. Should be it. Oh yeah, the campsite right there, which I don't want. I'd like it to be facing west. This lens cap clanging away. Let me remove that. So yeah, so I got one here, then I got this inlet, and then there should be another one somewhere right over there. And then there's quite a few actually. So there's one somewhere right over there, a little bay, and then there'll be two on a little island, and then another one that's looks like it's facing southeast. So but then there's another one further on, and another, so there's quite a few. So I'm gonna head to the south side of the lake, and I will basically just hug the shore, and hopefully I can find one that's a little bit open. That way I get some breeze and help with the bugs, and like I said, hopefully it's facing northwest, and I'll have some sunset. But yeah, I have no idea what time it is. But if I get to a campsite soon, I will probably have something to eat, and then I might head out and do some fishing. We'll see. Get campsite up anyhow. But yeah, get at her. Yep, I think this will do. Nice view. Sun's gonna set over there, and little walk around. No immediate signs of bear shit anywhere, so yeah, spot to hang my hammock right there. As long as I don't stray too far at night and go for a swim, everything will be fine. But yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so first thing I did, I got the rope set up for my food hang. So I use a pulley system. Basically what I've done is, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I've got a branch up there and the rope goes up over it. There's a pulley on it. Pulley comes down, or sorry, not pulley, but the pulley rope comes down. I've got it tied off here. Right now, all I have is just a simple slip knot to hold it. That's fine. It should be plenty strong. Just to tidy it up a little while I'm looking at it, and I don't like that it's messy. Yeah, right, like, so that's just a slip knot, and then in the morning I can just pull on that and knot comes undone, rope comes down. So then the other rope is tied over here. Again, I just have a slip knot right now. Just because it's temporarily hung, I'll double that up or something, use some knot anyway. And then that rope goes up to the pulley again, and then back down, and then comes down to here. I've got this knot is a bowline, and I've got a carabiner on it. And then the carabiner attached to the food bag. And so I've already taken out tonight's dinner and my pots and everything for tomorrow, so that way it's not as heavy. No reason to have weight that doesn't need to be in there. And yeah, so it's just all the other food for the rest of the week, which honestly isn't that much. But anyway, so now all I'll do is I'll hoist that up and tie it off. Ideally, I want it to be 4 meters high, and I think it's 10 feet out from the tree. So meters and feet, go figure. So I think it's 3 meters out and 4 meters up. Yeah, I've got this branch, and I hope that the branch will hold, and that's why it's the first thing that I've done, because I want to get it set up. I want the bag hung and know that the branch isn't going to fall, because it would suck to have to do this later in the dark. So I'm going to hoist the bag up and tie it off, and then I'm going to set up my hammock. Okay, so bag is hung, and now it's hammock time. Hammock is now set up. Trees were a little bit too close together, but really probably only like a foot, so yeah, I made do. The main thing is just the tarp that goes over top, the fly. It just, as you can see on this side, it's just a little bit, whatever, too long, but that's fine. Yeah, pretty straightforward. I'm just trying to get everything done because I'm running out of time, I think. It's kind of hard to tell. It's sort of a heavy cloud out there. But I'm guessing it's, I don't know, it's probably not that late, but I'm guessing it's probably like 6 or 7 o'clock now, and I'm hungry, so yeah, just want to get this stuff done, get some food in my stomach, and just enjoy the night. So I'm out gathering more firewood, and I gotta say, I don't think I've ever been this lucky, but you might have noticed when I did my initial walkthrough that there's this big tree down behind me, and anyway, I saw it, I knew I'd have firewood, but now that I'm here and actually looking at it, it's a maple tree. So yeah, that is a lot of Really good firewood. Okay, well, mosquito bites are up to about a dozen now, but anyhow. So I had something sent to me from Bigfoot Bushcraft. They're fire plugs, and I haven't tried them yet. They asked me a couple weeks ago if I tried them. I hadn't had the opportunity to come out into the bush yet. So anyway, they're fire starters, little plugs, and they asked me to try them. I don't really do reviews as such, and that's why I told them, but all the same, I'm happy to try it out. So it's, I don't know, it looks like it's cotton plug, and basically you break it up, and they sent a ferro rod as well, and it's supposed to make starting a fire super easy, and apparently even in the wet, so that's what really got my attention. So yeah, it's supposed to wiggle and break these things up, which makes sense, you know, get it as fibery as you can. That's getting pretty broken. Oh, tore it apart, so yeah, broken. Now, new ferro rods are always fussy because they have a coating on them, so you have to kind of scrape it off first. But yeah, anyway, so I sent that as well. Holy crap. Yep. So that definitely caught fire when I wanted it to. I wasn't actually expecting it to go so quickly with a new rod. So really, it was first spark and it was up. Okay, so I was just finishing up dinner and I looked over at my wood pile and I saw that it was smoldering. So yeah, I was thinking earlier about how dry it is, or has been, in the fire danger. And here, I've already pulled off all the other firewood from the pile. There's the one piece that's still kind of going. I'll show you, and it's, yeah, I've never really seen that before. Yeah, that must have been from a spark, or I guess a spark.